Sydney Cider's 5 times a week addiction. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because a viewer sent me this article on the Discord. 5 times a week, Sydney Cider addiction exposed just after the pandemic. So I instantly thought this would be about sex. I thought during the lockdowns more people would be spending time together, maybe with their wives, their partners. So, one thing would lead to another. And I was anticipating a baby boom because, more sexy time. So 5 times a week. Let me know in the comments. Am I the only one that would assume this from this title? But no, that's not what we're talking about here. It's not healthy and happy relationships. No, it's something else. Something that shows you that the class divide in Australia is growing. Those that are wealthy and those that have access to additional resources, money and opportunities, and those that don't, that divide is getting bigger. So, inner city Aussies are spending big money on an unlikely service that has boomed post-pandemic. So it looks like they've gotten a taste for this and now they're addicted. So, for plenty of poor parents, now, I don't like the term poor parents. You're not a parent, it's an animal, okay? It's not a child. There is a difference. Don't kid yourself. Living in the city means sending your children to daycare and your pets too. So your kids are put in daycare, so you spend no time with them. Your children, your pets are taken away too and taken care of by other people, so you spend no time with them either. And then you go work in a job that hopefully you like, potentially may not, to pay off a huge-ass mortgage that you can't afford, to just go through it again and again and again. Yeah, and, I mean, you could paint a real depressing picture of this, couldn't you? You really could. I mean, you want to spend time with your family. That's at least that's what I assume. That's why you have a family, to actually spend time with them. One of the nicest things, the last few nights before today's back at school, I mean, we're homeschooling, so we've started school again. And so for the last week, I took the kids out on a date, 2 at a time. We'd go shopping, I'd buy them a toy, we'd eat some junk food, and we'd just spend time together. That's what you want. You want to spend time with your children. But here now, you put them in daycare. And then you bitch and moan that daycare is so expensive. You buy pets, you pay all this money to take care of them. I mean, it's just sad. It's really sad. So, at the height of the pandemic, when Aussies were navigating lockdowns and exclusively working from home, pet ownership increased by 10%. So people bought pets because they were at home, and then it looks like they stopped working from home. However, now people are back in offices. They don't want to leave their pets lonely. Doggy daycares have become an essential service and a weekly cost that plenty of city people are fronting on a weekly basis. Doggy daycares. Wow. I mean, I guess, the market provides. The market provides. There is demand for these services and people are turning into a business. Good on them. But, come on. Amanda Hewson, who owns Doggy Daycare in Sydney's Surrey Hills, called Dogs at Play, opened the business in 2004 because she saw a need. So she's been in business forever, nearly 20 years. Although at the time people did think she was crazy. Originally, when I told people I was opening a daycare, people assumed it was for kids. But no, I meant dogs, she told news.com.au. Her idea was on the money when you consider that 69% of households across metropolitan, regional and remote Australia now have pets. People love their pets and people are prepared to spend big on them. Yeah, they do. They really do. This is probably one of the reasons why I don't have a pet, because then it's another cost at the moment. Ms. Hewson finds the typical customer sends their dog to daycare about twice a week, and she charges $69 for a full day for your dog to be in care. So the regular customer will be forking out $138 to keep their pooch happy. $70 a time. So like what? Just a tad under $140 a week just to put your dog in daycare. This, to me, seems utterly insane. We would put our dogs, when I was a kid, we'd put them in a shelter when we traveled. That's what I remember as a child. You wouldn't do this. This is not something, at least when I was growing up, that normal suburban middle-class people would do. But there you go. Australia's changing, guys. The classes are changing. You've now got people who feel like they probably think this is a necessity. Could you imagine being married to a woman that thought that this type of thing was a necessity and you're trying to budget? Maybe you've gotten a mortgage and interest rates are going up and you're thinking, oh, crap, how are we going to make this happen? You try and sit down and think, okay, where can we save money? And you go, oh, well, let's cut this doggy daycare. That's $140 a week. That can help on the mortgage. And they'll go, no. It's a necessity. I need my pedicure time. There have to be shit there. This is making me more sad than anything, isn't it? Because I can just imagine. Miss Houston doesn't recommend sending your dog more than 3 times a week, but she does make exceptions for people in unusual circumstances, such as people that are in the middle of renovations or of high needs dogs with disabilities. Okay, cool. I mean, I can understand that with renovations, yeah, but more than 3 times a week? Then it's her dog, not yours. You're paying someone else to take care of your pet. One of her high needs customers is Pearl, a purebred staffy who is also deaf. She's gorgeous, white girl, yep. Black and white spots on her ears and is frequently a frequent flyer at dogs at play. Pearl's owner, Annette, typically sends her 5 times a week so she can get the interaction and socialization and attention she needs. 5 times a week. If you have the money, I guess. Hey, the market provides. The market provides. But this shows you got this is what's happening here in Australia. Okay, we're not an egalitarian society anymore. Well, we're a stratified society. This is just showing you how, if you're like me and you think this is just utterly insane, an utter waste of money, you could go to the dog park and play there, or you could buy another dog and stick them together, and they'll play. 5 times a week, everyone. I hope she gets a bulk discount. But for some people, this is acceptable. No wonder we've got all the insane teal people coming out of these inner city suburbs. They'd be so far removed from the average Aussie these days. Oh shit, if this is the average Aussie, no wonder we're all going all funny ways. Oh, bloody hell. Annette told news.com.au she purposely sought a dog with special needs. We brought her from a breeder because we wanted a dog with a disability, because we have a daughter with a disability. Okay, well, that's nice. Because of Pearl's high need, Annette feels strongly about Pearl's education. I feel like a fur baby... Oh, they're not fur babies. They're pets, okay? If you die and fall down and they've got no food, they will eat you. Are just like our human children, and daycare and schooling is very important to them. Okay, I guess that's your opinion. I can't agree with it at all, but, you know. And, hey, wait. I've got a special needs child, so I get the woke points there. How many do I accumulate there? Not that he's that special. He's bloody annoying. Edward's latest thing is I had to buy these little tracker for keys and stuff, because he'll play with the keys, jingle, 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 then watch you smile and drop it out the window. Yeah. He loves trolling. So, a full day at Doggy Play is $69, but you can get a 5-day pass for $320. This means Annette would typically spend $1,387 a month, which equates to $16,640 a year on having Pearl in daycare. Wow. Over 15 grand a year getting your dog in daycare. Just buy another bloody dog. I mean, I don't understand. I can't relate to this. This just seems crazy to me. I mean, you're in Australia. If you got that much disposable income, you should be buying, by law, you should be buying 3 different negative geared properties. Build up your stack. Annette has no qualms about the cost. I feel the cost is completely worth it. I've got 5 children of my own. They all went to preschool and daycare because it's part of the responsibility. No, it's not. No, it's not. You don't need to go to preschool. You don't need to go to daycare. And I've got 6 children of my own. We've gone we went to kindergarten, and that was a complete waste of time. How much they cost for that. And daycare, you don't need to go to daycare. Okay? You take care of your own kids. You wouldn't leave a human child sitting at home by itself all the time. It's the same financial responsibility as having a child. You spend time. Am I that out of touch that the idea of raising your own child and spending time with your own child and maybe taking a break from your career to raise your own kid, is that no longer the norm? Let me know in the comments, guys, if I'm that out of date. I'm getting old. I'm feeling really out of date now. I'm feeling like the Overton window has shifted so much. What I consider reasonable, sensible positions, some people think I'm radical. I guess basing your decisions on precedent and evidence is radical now these days, isn't it? It's all about feelings and emotions. I mean, I guess if you got that much money to spend, at the very least, it is cheaper than sending your child to daycare. Currently, it costs anywhere between $70 and $188 a day to send a little human to childcare. Well, this is why when people bitch and moan about childcare being so expensive, well, maybe you shouldn't work and raise your own kid. Oh no, my career. Who cares? You can go back. It's not the end of the world. You know, and there's more important things. When you look at some of these people, the sacrifices they make for a job in the grand scheme of things that isn't that, it's just a job, okay? It's not a career. Like being an admin assistant to someone and organizing a bloody lunch or some rubbish or something. Or even, you know, I guess that's just different perspective, isn't it? I guess I'd say spending time with your family is important because those are fleeting moments. You only have a window of time where that's going to be possible. Her situation may be an extreme example. Even people that are sending their dogs less to daycare are still spending a substantial amount. Ernie Green is what you describe as a typical doggy daycare customer. She works in marketing and sends her dog to daycare in Sydney's inner west once a week. The daily cost is $75. If you want to crunch the numbers, she spends $3,600 a year on her pooch. Miss Green explains that she sends him partly from mum guilt. Mum guilt. Oh, wait. Rachel mentioned this. A friend of ours, they've just had kids and a new mother, and she was all, talking to Rachel. We were at dinner, like guilty about things that she couldn't do, and Rachel saying, "Don't worry about it. You'll be fine." And this is a thing where mothers are often, they feel guilty that they should be doing this, and this for their child to help them get ahead. I mean, do dads have that? Really? I mean, do I have guilt? Not too much. I don't think I do. So but it's a dog. So this means she's misplacing human feelings for a pet. Okay, she probably should have a kid by this point, by this age. In your 20s to 30s, that's the window when you're meant to have children. And once you get, the older you get, the harder it is. Here's the thing: when you're young, you're like, particularly for a woman, 18, 16, you have a much bigger window to conceive. Like every month, you've got a period up to a week. And the older you get, where you're down to like my wife's age, approaching 40, it goes down to 1 day. So the window drastically declines. So this is why a lot of people find it harder to conceive the older they get. Because we're not taught any of this stuff at school. It's a complete joke at school what we're taught about reproductive health. So yeah, a single dog mum. I just want him to have fun when I'm at work, she explains. Doggy daycare also isn't the only way city slickers are spending money on their dogs. Romy, who works as an events planner, averages $96 a week on a dog walker for her dog Chompy. So see, this is why you're meant to have kids and they walk the dog. Isn't that what happened? Or is that just the 80s stereotype? Or you have a big yard and they can run around. I guess it's Sydney. They can't afford a big yard anymore. It's also an amount that Romney has no regrets about paying. I like to invest in my dog's well-being. One thing is for certain, people are prepared to pay money for their poochers to have the best lives possible, even if you find that barking mad. $100 a week. Well, so let's talk about this. I don't know how to take this. This just shows you the stratification of the classes here in Australia. They're people that have enough money and resources to spend on what other people would consider a frivolous luxury. And that's just how life is. I guess, I mean, here's the thing. If you don't have the time or the resources to actually take care of your pet, you outsource it. Well, welcome to the new Australia, guys. You tell me, am I just out of touch semi-boomer? Because I bloody well feel like it. 16 grand a year. Dog walking. Buy another dog. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Check out Heise BIM and Heise Does. And if you're a fan of the channel, you can support us on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy a Pocket Squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I don't... Hey, this is just Australia. This is why we get inner city people voting teal and thinking that all these stupid environmental things that are going to destroy the poor are good, because they got no idea.